Welcome. It's another day of Bhagavad Gita Sadhana. Or is it? Some cultures don't have a linear idea of time, like the Western culture. Some, it's cyclical. In at least one culture, it's like what the Westerners would call Groundhog Day. It's the idea that we live the same day over and over and over. But maybe since we've deepened our understanding, we can affect the outcome, end the day differently, more satisfyingly. Hey, trash day. I love it. My trash is getting to go. That's kind of what we're talking about today. As we prepare to embark on another trip through Bhagavad Gita in any of its incarnations, um, we'll be going a little deeper. And one of the things I'm doing now before we start that is giving you some access to some deeper concepts of the Gita. One of the concepts underlying the Gita is from the philosophy of Vedanta, the idea that there is a reality and that there's an illusion. Okay. And the illusion is called maya, not maya. That's a totally different word in Sanskrit. Maya. And some of us might not quite grasp exactly what maya is. It's subtle, it's all pervading. According to Krishna, everybody except, him is basically caught in it, but he can see the difference. So what does it mean? Does it mean this world is not real? Maybe, maybe not. What? Here's an example of maya in our daily lives. I was upstairs this morning and I was sitting down. I looked out one of my windows and I saw in one of these trees over here a squirrel sitting very still, and his tail was curled like this. And I watched him like, wow, that squirrel can sit so still. And here I'm ready to go tell my partner, there's this squirrel in the tree. I've not seen a squirrel sit still like that. Maybe it's a meditating squirrel, a yogic squirrel. So as I stood up to convey such information, I realized it wasn't a squirrel. It's just that from my perspective, these branches of a tree had come together in such a way that it looked just like a squirrel body with this squirrel tail, but it was branches of a tree. That's one way we can relate to Maya. I mean, the tree is real, right? The branches are real as far as, our relation to them in the material world. But it's just that my perception was different. And who's to say my perception of a very still yogic squirrel isn't as valid as my perception of branches as a tree? And then what if that's actually inaccurate, that is branches of a tree? What if it's something else that I'm just not seeing? Oh, this is kind of what happens. There is this something going on, but because of our perspective, and all I had to do is change like a couple feet from sitting to standing, and my whole idea of what was going on changed. All we have to do is change a little bit, and we get a whole different experience. And one of the challenges with illusion, like I had, is that then you want to go and share that illusion with others. Oh, look, it's the truth. It's this miraculous yogic squirrel. We do this all the time, and it doesn't even have to be something we see. It could be something that we want to believe, even though we know it's not true. For example, one of my dearest illusions that I keep trying to enforce on the world day after day after day is that I can plan out ahead of time, like the night before, what my day is going to look like, and it's going to go that way. And the way I plan it is going to be the best possible way the day can go. And if the day goes according to my plan, it's a good day. And if it doesn't, then it's a bad day. And then I have to try harder to make the world conform to my expectations now. Even though I've tried this for many, many years and it still hasn't worked, I still hold that illusion that someday, instead of seeing the reality, which the universe has provided for me over and over again, that if I just surrender and let go, whatever happens is actually the best thing that could happen. So today, as we meditate and practice, I do invite you to think about an illusion that you might have, that you've held in the past, or maybe one that you recognize is holding you right now. And when Krishna talks about the power of Maya, it's sometimes, even when we see that illusion, it's so appealing, we want to hang on to it. I'm dedicating today's practice to a young woman named Maya, whom I've known for much of her life. Maya C. in Chicago, a wonderful person. And to anybody named Maya or Maya, however you pronounce it. Okay, so yeah, we'll do our pose. One illusion you might even encounter when you do the balance pose, like I do, is I have to stay in that one position so still for the whole time. Maybe you wiggle, maybe you come out, maybe you come back in. We have this perhaps illusion of what the perfect pose looks like. Let's find out how we encounter illusion today. Switch. Notice if you can uncover an illusion that you've held or are holding now. Just be with it. What does holding that illusion do for you? Check in 5. Welcome back. I'd be really interested to hear what, if any, illusions you recognize. One I recognized, if you notice me smiling, is that, oh my gosh, the kids. There are kids running around the neighborhood shrieking with joy. There's a school nearby. And then the thing that popped into mind is it must be the final day of school. Well, I haven't confirmed that. So that's an illusion that I just gathered from some minimal input throughout the Gita about the idea of illusion. Arjuna is trying to change the illusion, and Krishna is telling him, go beyond the illusion and see reality. Arjun's struggles come because he is with illusion. And what Krishna and many spiritual traditions teach is when we reach reality, ultimate reality, there's nothing but peace. Peace today, in whatever form that comes. Oh, and if you ever are interested in some of the I'm doing just spontaneously or that we talk about, there's a by donation 21-day energy balancing challenge with Kathy, and she's going to teach you more about mudra, more in depth. Oh, one challenge of doing this every day isn't quite enough. You can add on another challenge as well. Go to the link below. Whether you do that or not, I hope that we get to connect very soon, maybe tomorrow. Till then.